So at this point, been doing pretty good. I'm in winners finals of the LCQ. I'm pretty much 2 matches away from getting myself into Capcom Cup. Pretty nuts. So I'm kind of feeling myself at this point. I'm kind of feeling it. I have played Nemo once before in casuals at ECT. I got to play him in a couple sets, and I did well in some of them, but I never beat him. I was always 3-2. 3-2, always close, but never closing it out. But I knew that it wasn't going to be a blow-up, right? I was like, this guy is super strong, but he's aggro as hell, and if I can check him, not run into too many things, I could definitely do it. You know, that little paperweight fridge magnet on display, tempting you. So it was time to see what we could do.
Definitely a brutal format to try to qualify for Capcom Cup.
But here we go.
Nemo versus Brian F is what you guys
Nemo versus Brian F.
Amazing all day.
Brian F is resident sleeper. Kill this fool. Thanks, chat room.
Smart changes in a lot of matchups. I felt like he probably should have lost it sometimes.
Yeah.
But even still, keeping that control, playing very smart.
Those adjustments are so
Very split in the chat room.
I think everybody expected to do well in the LCQ.
I appreciate the division down the middle. Pretty cool to see. I'm getting crushed. I'm getting mauled. After the backdash, after the heavy kick, he's +2, but I'm thinking like he's probably just gonna go for a jab there. So worst thing happens, I air reset. He's kind of bopping me. I just find a gap and go for the V trigger activation. I get the low, so this will come into play later. Like I take it safe first and I go low after the first 2. Blocks it out. That's the classic, right? The heavy kick into the dash straight. Take the plus frames, you can't jump away. Meaty. I try to walk up to press more buttons, but Nemo is so active on defense. He's always checking, pressing buttons. It's really hard to pin him down. Really hard to pin him down and get anything started. Oh, what the hell is happening here?
I'm liking what I'm seeing. Beats out the head, but Brian F is still alive in this first round.
Yeah, he's so good at knowing what to check. So at this point, I did, after the heavy kick, he was too far away to really do anything, right? But he's only +2 there. So he can't do anything but a medium punch. And the medium punch is definitely slower than 5 frames. So my 3 frame was definitely going to beat him. Alright. Blocking the overhead, check him. I go for the overhead, but once again, I keep guessing wrong on these Japanese players. They seem to be defaulting to back roll after my light kick. So, like, after this target combo, I can either do heavy light kick, V-skill overhead will beat wake up buttons on quick rise, but if I want to clip the back roll, I got to do heavy kick, V-skill overhead, and I keep guessing wrong. Heavy kick will obviously overhead both, but if they wake up with buttons and if I do the heavy kick V-skill, the button will beat me. If I had seen that, if I knew he was going to go for this V-skill, I definitely could have just got right into him. I just didn't believe, right? And then by the time I saw it, I reacted too late. And then he just uses that opportunity to EX shoulder to mirror. That was me just kind of asleep at the wheel, right? Didn't expect all those things. This is Nemo's style, though. He moves around constantly, presses tons of buttons, does lots of fake things, and then just does a random chop and crush counters you for your troubles. He has lots of fake pressure, but it's so costly to react in the wrong manner that he conditions you to sit there for 1 split second, and on that split second, you get duffed. Fortunately, with Balrog, a standing medium punch is such a good anti-air. I can just throw that out like last second and body him for any of that stuff. So this one, like, I did the low last time, so what I was thinking is, since he presses so many buttons, the V-skill low would definitely lose the buttons. I did so many, like,
that position. What a crush.
level 3 mix-ups on the V-trigger, but I don't think these guys know the resets that well. But I definitely should have just went overhead. He keeps blocking low and not pressing buttons, and the one time I go for anything else, like, he ends up just EXDPing me anyways. So what I do here on this mix-up is, if I know that you're going to be pressing buttons to interrupt the high-low, so I do an extra, like, Rekka or two, you can just buffer jab really quick, and because of that, he will clip any buttons that he does, and he would have gotten liquidated. But he just blocks. He blocks because he doesn't know. Or maybe he does, I really can't tell.
Overhead, and it was so far away. Nemo, double down jab, closes out the first game. So
Why did I do overhead here?
Pretty unlikely in this match. Overhead.
Yeah, see, this is like a attempted whip punish. Like, you can sometimes catch people off guard, like when they whiff buttons, you overhead in there, and they tend to like down block because they're kind of scared of being hit by the of being whiff punished low. But he just blocked the whole time.
Going for that overhead in that situation, probably not the smartest thing to do. But that's what happens. You get down to the your last legs, and you're like, I have to do something to turn this around, and you take your biggest swing.
Very good.
Chances are the person you're fighting
I feel like he's getting away with stuff because of lack of matchup knowledge almost.
And you also know now that Nemo is looking for overhead. So if you start going for
Especially with the V-trigger stuff.
Mix-ups that you go low, looking for overhead. Yep.
So you gotta second guess that. Sometimes.
And you also know now that Nemo is looking for overhead.
Yeah, see, he's so squirrely and so active.
So
A lot of my energy right now is being focused on stopping him from just dashing in and doing whatever. And I noticed that his favorite thing to do on defense is delay jab. So I just have a slight pause here and then heavy kick. And then he's in a bad spot.
It's gonna be very good.
Thick throw. Gotta guess.
Nemo trying to get rid of some of that
Take the plus frames, 4-frame jab character. I can press a bunch of mediums on him. He's so good at getting away with this stuff, right? Because that towards medium punch is -2, but he can go right into the overhead, so he checks you with the low, and you could have just pressed buttons to interrupt it, but the one time you do it wrong, you get destroyed. And then this is like panic mode, right? Because I'm trying to do standing medium punch there to anti-air, but, you know, I cross the streams and I accidentally do standing fierce. You got to do crouching fierce or standing medium punch. I end up doing standing fierce because he's just so good at scrambling your brains and approaching you out of the blue. This was definitely panic mode. After he blocked it, I was buffering, waiting for any kind of movement for the neutral jump, and then he backdashed and I let it rip anyways. But I'm still getting the ground. Now my job here is to avoid disaster. That's why I end up not pressing any buttons and taking the throw, right? The throw is no biggie, but if you did a button to V-trigger, I'd be dead. He missed the punish. This is definitely very punishable. He just reacted a little bit too late. And then now I was pretty lucky. He basically just blew it. That was a missed punish and a missed throw. He did the throw like a frame too soon. If he had delayed that throw a second, I might have lost that round. Actually, probably would have lost it. What's up, Crims? I'm so lucky I got away with this too. I've never seen someone anti or better with Urian Crouching Fierce. And I don't have a cross up to threaten with anything, right? So he's at that range when I'm about to go over him, there's nothing I can do besides block and hope the anti-air doesn't come out in time. That's what happens. And he adjusted, the Crouching Fierce is punishable on block, but then you just EX Fireball on your plus again. So that allows you to keep the plus frames going. And this is so smart too. He sees me with the button and immediately knows that I'm going to be a little bit frazzled looking for the whip punish, and then he takes that opportunity to dash in. His hit confirm rate on standing medium punch, counter hit to crouch fierce must be 100%. I thought he was going to go for a tick throw here. Yeah, walk up, and I tried to tap out of it, and that was a low level tap, so because of that, I didn't press a button. I like delay tech. I delay tech because I'm -2 there, and the EX headbutt worked. Definitely was not expecting the EX headbutt at all. Look at this. Why is he so good? Why? Why is he so ready? Bad spot to be in. Yeah, it's a bad spot, but it's manually timed, right? He gets to throw, and I'm just like, all right, I'm just going to check, right? I'm going to die, or I'm going to get space right now. And I think I die.
Keeps it nice and safe so far. Poking low, trade on the
That's so smart too. Goes for the mix-up, I block it out, build a little bit of room, and then I'm trying to take my turn back after the -2 medium kick, but at that range, fireball. You press any buttons, you're done for.
Not a true block string, but if he would have tried to hop out, he still would have been in a bad situation.
Plus in the knee drop, back at it again. I didn't challenge with the button after the first one because it hit low, right? So I delayed tech, but the next one was way too high, so he was only +1. 4-frame jab will trade. So I pressed 3-frame there, so we trade. And then this was a missed buffer. He was trying to do like delay or charge fierce, delay cancel, and then it came out anyways. I probably could have punished harder. I'm really bad at knowing what the max punish is on the shoulder because based on the distance, it's way less punishable. But that was point blank. I probably could have crouching fierce to be honest. I'm so surprised I beat his crouching fierce. Jump medium kick is actually ridiculous. Dash up, that's crouching fierce, so I didn't convert, but I took the plus frames and then it ended up clipping him anyways. And then yeah, I do delay jab, jab, delay jab. This dude's pressing buttons. Backdash out of there. I knew after this headbutt, like, what's he gonna do, right? Probably gonna try to back throw me to the corner. What a genius.
That was crazy.
He did that to me at ECT too in casuals, and I was like, yeah, I know about that one. I definitely should not let that happen. And I, fortunately, like, you have to hold that, right? And I just guessed on the reset, and it worked out. But yeah, he actually went for the throw, but because, yeah, you know, Steve is right. Like the big body, it pushed me into the mirror on the reset, and because of that, like I'm immediately in block stun, so the throw doesn't work.
That was the big body saved him right there. The big body actually saved him.
And then yeah, just tap, you're done. That whole time he was doing the V trigger sequence, I'm just storing tap. I'm like, all right, when's it gonna happen? And then it landed, and I was like, all right, I actually have a shot. Oonga Boonga Boxer.
I was like, oh damn, I just lost.
Cheap ass Rog.
I just lost. That was too sick.
True.
Yeah.
Two bullshit characters, maybe. Maybe.
The game over screen.
It's all grayed out.
The heavy headbutt after that from Nemo, picking it
Ooh.
up.
Oh, I'm so lucky that the standing fierce is traded. I was definitely, I was pressing too many buttons to interrupt him, but the problem is, you know, he approaches so often, and he uses that fear of him approaching to start charging up fierce punches and crush counters, so that you end up pressing buttons into them thinking it's forward movement. And then, you know, the mix-up is really hard. It allows him to get all this momentum going. And then perfect spacing on the shoulder, the late confirm. Yeah, just making up combos. That combo was so hard to do too. He's holding down back, and you have to hit up, forward, medium, up, down back, forward, up, forward, medium punch. Ridiculous. But this is where I messed up. So this fireball, he doesn't have bar to make this safe, right? So he probably thought he was going to build EX bar, but the problem is that's -6, the regular fireball. I go for what I consider the safe punish, which is light kick target combo, because it's the fastest one, right?
Oh my god.
Problem is the light kick totally whiffed because I was out of range. I should have done medium punch or medium kick into dash punch as the punish, and then because I was doing light kick, medium kick target combo, the light kick whiffed, the medium kick never came out, and then I got a raw V trigger because I was like, oh, free punish, and then it all went wrong. And then I got frazzled. He tried to punish, and I jumped into the headbutt, which made it plus instead of crouching it, which I would have been able to punish. And then it was full-blown spaghetti. And I'm like, nah, yeah, nah.
As we speak.
Big mistakes were made. See there, and then I tried to medium kick punish that one, but I did it too late. Or it was the spacing. Same idea. I tried to adjust, but it didn't work out. Just doing so much, I'm trying to press buttons to stop him. Like, Jesus, slow down. Oh, wasn't ready. Peaceful approach. He could have like headbutted through that, but I was like, whatever. He's not gonna be ready. I hate that fierce. I think he dropped the combo, unless he thought there was something he could do there. Punish, but there's not much I can do at this range for the overhead. If you try to like press a button here, he can just walk back medium punch and whip punish you. So I'm like, I'm gonna walk up before I press something, right? Make sure it actually makes contact. And after that crouching light kick, look, so he dashes up, crouching light kick. but he's not exactly point blank, so I just decided to challenge. Build some space, get the crush counter. Oh, okay. So let's see the spacing on here, right? Dash forward, walk back a little bit, bait him out with the button. Ooh. I was definitely feeling myself in that sequence. 100% feeling myself in that sequence. Like the spacing on the jump was pretty good, right? Like I kind of baited him into footsie's range and then reeled back us a little bit, jumped in, shimmy, with the tap. Yep, finally worked. Finally worked. What's up, Shine? What's up, Dogmatican?
He's got the sway in real life.
Yeah, he had the actual sway.
Rog is still in the game in AE. That's all I know so far.
That was quite the tap. I feel like he punched him in.
Yeah, so I didn't let this one fly. Towards medium punch, definitely negative. I just decided to check him. No more low BS after that. Still whiffing too many buttons. Oh, see, once again, I don't think this was supposed to come out. You got kind of lucky, right? I think that would have been punishable range. But I'm having enough of him just mauling. So I'm challenging him. His crouching jab is actually not very plus at all. He doesn't get good frame advantage on that. So I'm challenging a lot more. Waiting a little bit. Thought he might wake up with a button, but he just goes ham. Or wake up with a EX uppercut. Dashes in. Conversion. Yeah, another light. Like, I think backdashing after blocking on lights is really good because if we went for a tick throw after the crouching light kick, I'm out of there, right? And if he went for a jab, I either don't get counter hit or I get air reset on a medium. So he ends up whiffing the throw bait, build the space. Yeah, I got you. You're pressing buttons on plus. Yeah, this time I was like, I am not going to V-skill into it. I'm not V-skilling into it. That's meaty. So this headbutt on the reset is hella meaty. You better not be pressing buttons here. Ugh. I tried to crouch and like he could interrupt. I'm so lucky I anti-aired this. Urian's jump heavy kick can just dunk on you from some ranges, and it sort of did. That was pretty risky. I needed to crouch fierce to be at a better angle to counter hit that. Can't believe he knee dropped here. What a madman.
Activate. What's gonna happen? Full CA on the table. Oh, the knee to get out. Tries to go for the cross counter. I thought he was gonna CA the jump back.
Damn, I teched. Why is he pressing medium punch? He's just pressing buttons. You can't get this man to slow down.
Oh, that crush counter, baby. That glass broke. So that's what the sway meant. He swayed back a little bit, got into that movement.
Yeah, crouching light punch only +1. So for him to do something real, he doesn't get much reward from jab, you know? So I'm thinking, man, I'm one game away from getting to grand finals. Like, it's happening. It's happening. Just don't blow it. Oh my god, he's so ready. Why did I jump here? The fireball? I thought he was gonna like fireball. So smart. Like, he knew I was pinned down. Like, the moment he conditions you to sit still, he goes back in again. That's the one thing I have going for me though, this medium punch. It's really hard for him to get these like YOLO knee drops to go in because my anti-air is so easy to do. Counter hit conversion. Thought he would delay more. I should have just kept it tight, right? I should have just pressed medium kick there. He's just challenging in all the right times. No, he stopped that. Ooh, I wasn't ready. I don't know why I did standing medium punch there on the whiff. If I just pressed any other button, it would have worked. Once again, same thing happened versus like Aqua. This long range neutral jump connects, but I don't react to it because I'm like, you're too far away from me to even press a button. He finally presses a button. Finally. I should have went overhead. He's like reverse conditioning me on my own mix-ups, right? Because the button definitely beats the dash low, but if I did overhead, I would have counter hit him free. I would have definitely counter hit him free, but I hadn't done overhead yet. I should have been more confident. I should have established that sooner. I didn't do any overheads after EX. You know, he's always blocking low. The problem is I was like, I did the conditioning game wrong. Because he blocked low forever, and then at the end I did overhead. I should have just overheaded him in the beginning. Why not? Oh my god. So when I needed to finally mix him up, he went high, or he pressed the button. Like, he played it pretty smart, to be honest, on the defense. How did he get this? Once again, I went low. I neutral jump. I don't know. What was the point of this neutral jump? Why would I do that? I really don't think there was a reason to do that. I should have just held my ground. He makes you frantic, man. Maybe thinking a knee drop approach and I could get over it. But if I just held my ground, I could have interrupted the dash. God, it's so hard to get him to just sit still for a freaking second. Worked out for me that time. Jump back. I saw the dash there, overhead. And then this is where it's all downhill. So I have him down to nothing, and then I go low. This like, that interaction I've looked back to so many times. Dead. Against IDOM and so many other US players, they know about this, right? They have ball rec experience and they play against me a decent amount, right? So I didn't want to be another statistic where I go for the overhead, I corner myself and I die. But if I had just done that instant overhead, I would have been on match point. And that's why I did delay low, because I thought he would stand block. I thought he would stand block. I thought he would know about the mix-up. I gave him too much credit early on in the set, for sure. I definitely gave him too much credit. If I had just done the overheads and the V-trigger, if I had just done the instant overheads, I would have been on match point. I would have been on match point. And now it's a little bit too late, right? So now that I'm like, okay, he's not believing me, right? I'm like, I'm gonna go ahead and, you know, I'm just gonna do it.
Nemo is now realized, all right, he's looking for the dash. I'm gonna go for these charged up fears to interrupt his chance of stopping the dash. Good work from Brian F.
Oh my god, that's the second time this round.
Oh my god.
Tap. Oh!
Wait, hold on. Let me let's set this up again.
Stopping the dash. I'm gonna go for these charged up fears.
Me, bro.
Yeah, you see that Nemo is now realized. All right, he's looking for the dash. I'm gonna go for these charged up.
Yeah, he's right. I am looking for the dash.
Stopping the dash. Good work from Brian F.
See? He's so good at mixing up dash and fierce punch. You don't really know how to stop it. But I had him bust this out, right? I'm like, I'm near V trigger. I'm gonna get it. Right? That's also my classic. But then I finally go for the overhead, and this time he does EX headbutt. Like, how does he react to EX headbutt? I definitely should have done it on like the third Rekka too. I played my Rekka game like so basic and safe, and I should have like definitely have gone for the dirtier stuff earlier on and just made the big risks. And then I could have played it safe at the end. Big mistake on my part, right? I won't do that again. In a first to 3, maybe in a first to 2, yeah, but in a first to 3, definitely would have done that. And this is dirty, right? What he does, I saw him do it to somebody else. Like I had on the first one, he just walks up heavy kicks over and over, and you're kind of just stuck there taking the mix-ups over and over. And I just cracked on the first one.
Closes out another round. Nemo now on match point. The dash in. You know he likes the dash.
There we go. I was like, I'm gonna whip punish with dash punch. I finally go for the overhead, which I love to do after EX dash punches. He always back rolls, right? And then he stand blocks. He saved all his defensive option mix up till the end. He did the same thing every time. Then at the end, but I'm like gonna capitalize on it. He mixed it up. I wasn't ready. Swift punishing me now. My spacing is off. So, oh my god, what happened there, dude? What was that? Jump back? I think I meant to do crouch jab, stand jab, upper. Oh my god, that probably cost me the whole set, right? Because now I'm in the corner in this messed up spot. And yeah, man. That probably cost me. That execution error. Yep. And then this right here, I was so screwed. This right here was definitely, I definitely did super. That came out as a heavy punch dash straight. I definitely did super there. And Steve was saying, man, if that was me, I would have done super and thrown my stick. Well, I tried super. I just can't do it on player 2 side. Everyone knows that.
frisbee.
I'm telling you, I just would have tossed it.
Eli would have gone running and caught it in midair. Brought it down.
Rip.
Nice and safe. What a
So basically what I learned is I should have went for the dirty stuff earlier on and didn't, and you know, establish that mix up early. Then I could have gone for the safe stuff at the end. Respected him too much early. Rip me. GG Nemo. Because it kind of seemed like he didn't know the risks of what he was doing, right? Like he wasn't falling for the safe stuff, expecting the dumb stuff. And I thought maybe he didn't understand the mix-up. I even said it earlier on in this analysis, right? But it seemed to me, watching that back, that he knew I was going to play it safe and then get desperate later on. So good stuff to Nemo. Really good player. Really good player.